It's 100.3 Phillies R&B. Mina SayWhat in your midday. I am so honored to have in studio live with us today, Erica Campbell.
Hello.
One half of Mary Mary.
Yes.
And you look so beautiful, girl. What is the regimen in the morning when you get up?
I get up and pray. I thank God for the day.
That will make you beautiful. Yes.
Yeah, ask for strength and, allow myself whatever space I need to be human, whether I'm 1,000% today or 75, I know that it's going to be okay as long as I give it with love.
So I love that because you basically just said the beauty is tied to the spirituality.
It is.
Yeah.
It is because we see some beautiful, ugly people.
Hello.
You know what I mean? They
Right.
look good on the outside, but you could tell their heart is like broken and messed up. And, I just don't ever want to be that.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. So speaking of love,
Yes.
your album,
I Love You.
I Love You is out right now.
Yes.
Your third studio album. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I love that title. What was the moment where you were like, I want to name this album I Love You?
Love needs better PR. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
People attribute love to a bad breakup. They attribute love to, the housewife shows. They attribute love to everything that is not love. Love is true, honest, pure. Love is God. Love is being selfless. Love is patient and kind and long-suffering. Love doesn't keep record of wrong. Think about it. As a mom, your kid can do things. You may be mad about what they did, but you never stop loving them. That's what real love is. And so I wanted to do a record that would really talk about love over and over again so we can reconsider love and then fall in love with love and fall in love with God and realize that he is our strength and he is our source, right? If I'm worrying about God's business, he's going to take care of me. Sometimes we're too focused on the wrong thing. And so this record just kind of points us like, hey, check this out. It's very honest. It's dope, though. You're going to dance. You're going to cry.
Yeah.
You're going to think. You're going to remember and
Right.
reflect. And you're going to say thank you. Listen
It's
to this.
interesting you said the messages that we're seeing of love out there are wrong. What are some of those messages? Because I do see a lot of the toxic love that's popular and some people think that's love.
Yeah.
Can you talk about those messages that are incorrect that we're seeing in our everyday lives?
When love says, I only love you if you serve me. I only love you if you do ... and ABC. If you don't, then I'm taking back my love. That's not love. That's something else. Whatever you want to call it is fine. It's not love when you allow somebody to treat you like trash. That's not love. You know what I mean? That's some kind of toxic addiction to people. And a lot of times, what we call ride or die, I'm like, I don't know about that.
You dying, girl.
you
Or
doing
man,
more dying
or
than
guy.
riding.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're not riding. You're just dying slowly. You're giving yourself to someone and something that gives you nothing in return, hoping that it would. You know what I mean? Sometimes people choose things in life and, it's a false sense of, this is good because maybe I'm making money or getting some attention. But there's nothing like the peace of God and nothing like the joy of the Lord. And there's certain things that we have attached to love that just don't equate to love. If God is love, I don't care what year it is, 2024, it doesn't matter, 2023, God never changes. People do. Our understanding does. And if we get back in touch with the real creator of love, you'll see life in a whole different way.
Ooh, Erica's preaching today, girl. Yes, I love it. So you got some collaborations on this album.
I do.
Stevie Wonder,
Legendary.
PJ Morton,
Legendary.
D Smoke.
Yeah.
Okay,
We're both from Inglewood.
Okay, I wanted to. What is that about?
But you know what? It's so funny. People always think because you do gospel, you don't rock with.
Well, I know him personally. I know his brother, Sir, and I've met their mom, and I know they're very spiritual people.
Absolutely.
Very spiritual.
Absolutely. So when I started singing background, I would be singing with his mom, with Jackie, and his uncle, who would bring all the artists, and he was like the musician that would bring the artists in and have the backgrounds and do all the things. And so I used to be at their house rehearsing to sing background with Yolanda Adams.
What?
Yeah, and to all these amazing people. So when I saw him and his brother blowing up, I was like, man, I'm so proud of y'all. So
I'm tingling. It's so
Full
interesting how this world is so small.
Yeah.
And how you never know. So they were like in Pampers,
There were
basically?
little kids running around while we were rehearsing. And so I was like, wait, that's
Lil D.
That's great. So it was just really great to have him on the record. We saw each other in the airport, exchanged numbers. And I was like, we got to do something together. That could very much be Hollywood industry talk because people say it all the time and never call you. But we just kept, texting and just kind of casually staying connected. And when I sent him the song, he loved it and blessed it. And I was just so excited to have him on and really to represent my city, represent Inglewood, California, where I'm from.
Okay, I love that. The Stevie Wonder collaboration.
Oh,
please,
man.
let's talk about that.
So my husband's really good friends with him and is, working on music with him. And he asked him if he would. Actually, Stevie said he wanted me to do a song with him. But my record came first. So I was like, well, why don't you get on mine first and then I'll also get on yours?
Right.
And he said, okay. It almost didn't happen because, he is Stevie Wonder and busy and singing everywhere. But we made it happen. And it was just really, really cool to have him on this song.
That's incredible. So Positive was Grammy nominated and won a 2023 NAACP Image Award for Outstanding Best Gospel Song, right? Feel All Right, your other song, spent 3 weeks at the #1 spot on the Billboard Gospel charts. Congratulations on the success, but I wonder, do these accolades really matter to you?
From a business perspective, yeah. Because they allow me, because once you start acquiring things and doing things, they open new doors. And opening new doors mean, for me, that I get to tell this message of love, this message of God to more people. Those 2 songs specifically were written during the pandemic when I didn't feel positive and things weren't all right. But I believe in speaking life over my life. I believe in speaking in the affirmative. And so I wanted songs that would force me and people around me to say that I feel good, I'm positive, I'm clear, and that I feel all right, and that I'm blessed. And sometimes you have to let the enemy know, because there is a real devil, because that's his best trick, is making you think it's not the devil, but he's real, and he comes to kill, steal, and destroy. And so when you speak life and you speak God's word, you change your life. You change your atmosphere in your house. Imagine your house is chaotic and stuff is going on with your man or your kids, and you come in praying. You're going to shift the room. And so songs like this, music like this, allows you to shift the room. And that's always what I want to do. So that's why the accolades are, okay, what do we do? So now you're going to Access Hollywood. Now you're going to TMZ. Now you're going to all these places. So it just kind of opens
spread the word.
Yeah. Even being here, it gives me an opportunity to share.
Well, I would talk to you whether you had the accolades or not, girl.
Come on. I love it.
So it's funny you talk about the demon or the devil being in disguise. Yeah. How do you feel about the mainstream music right now and what's going on?
I don't expect mainstream to be anything other than it is. It doesn't surprise me. You know what I mean? We have to realize that evil has always been here. It is not new. It's just got better PR than gospel music does.
Wow.
So you see it more, but it does not mean that it's more powerful. Light is always more powerful than darkness. I can be in a dark room and all I have to do is light. One candle makes the darkness change. So I'm always grateful to be in the group that represents the light.
Girl, because I be looking at the music and I be sometimes feeling like I need holy. My daughter got baptized 2 months ago. I got the holy water on deck, girl, at the house. Sometimes I just feel like the power of God compels you. I feel like throwing it at people.
So you got to be slick with it. You got to put a little blessed oil on your hands and rub it on your hands, and everywhere you go, you be like, Lord, cover me as I walk in this room.
I got this rosary.
Come on, walking in these rooms, speaking the word of God.
Yeah.
When God created the earth, if you believe in God, he said, let there be. So that means I have that same power to speak life. And so even if there's things going wrong, certain people I'm interviewing, you better believe I'm praying before I talk to them. Certain rooms when I go do BET and they put me on Hip Hop Day, you better believe I'm praying. And I got blessed oil on my hands. And
it's funny you'll go into it though. You feel it and you'll go in knowing that you're protected. Because some people be like, okay, I feel this energy is a little off. I'm going to go left.
If you're not strong enough, then yes, go left.
I felt the energy. It's funny you talk about that. I felt it before. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Is this person mentally ill? Is it a bipolar or what's happening here? It's funny you say that because I have felt that.
Yeah, but I'm not judging people. People are struggling. They come from so many different things that allows, those negative voices, those demons to literally whisper to you, and it will make you crazy. You'll sound crazy.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's where they desire to be.
Right.
So that's why I'm always like, put me in a room and y'all do a song with them. It's okay. Let some of this light spread to them.
You and Doja Cat?
Joy. Listen, I'm not scared of Doja Cat at all.
I'm scared.
You're not? I'm not.
Scared. No, I'm scared.
You are?
And I'm like, girl, what's going on? I'm joking. I'm joking.
Man.
But okay, let's talk about some of the other things. We're like CoCo Jones at the Roots Picnic.
Yeah.
You guys performed together. CoCo really, really like took God in me and just made it her own. Did you expect that?
You know what? We talked about it in soundcheck. We rehearsed it, so we knew she was coming. And we knew the audience didn't know. I think it's always cool to collab with other people. And Adam Blackstone, who's actually from Philly, is amazing with the collabs and opening doors. And he was actually one of our first MDs touring with Mary.
He's a good friend. He's been on the show.
He's a great, great guy. Yeah. So he set up that collab. I wasn't surprised when that moment went viral and people were like, what?
Yeah.
She loves Jesus too.
She does. She said that. She said in moments where she was in her darkest, that's all she could hang on to.
Yeah.
Just knowing that there's a higher power, a God that guides her.
For sure.
So I love all that. Okay. So one of my questions is about marriage. A lot of couples breaking up right now. We got Miss Tina. We got, Iman and Tiana, Jeezy and, Jeannie Mai. How do you get through a rough patch? Because I don't know if it's like Mercury retrograde or I don't know what's happening. I feel like it's just
I don't even know what that is.
happening right now. Everybody's breaking up. How do you get through that rough moment?
I remember meeting Ruby D and Ozzie Davis, and they were in an elevator. And I said, excuse me, can I just ask you, what did you do to stay together so long? And she said, well, when you feel like killing them, just go in the other room, honey. And he shook his head, that's right. And he grabbed her arm and they walked out of the elevator.
Yeah.
It's deciding to stick with it. It's deciding to commit to the vows, the things that you said. It's deciding to remember why you fell in love in the first place. Marriage will have different seasons. You will grow. You will evolve. If y'all started out broken and y'all make money, your concepts and the way you process is going to be different. If you didn't have children, now you have children. All of that, you are always evolving, and so you have to be willing to grow and change together. Growth is not comfortable. Think about it. Even if you have growing pains in your leg, it hurts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I try to put on some pants that I can't fit no more, I'm going to have to squeeze. And sometimes that's what life is doing to your love, is squeezing it. Can you endure the squeeze? Can you hang in there? Can you say, let's get back to the foundation of who we are? I loved you, and you loved me. This sucks. This is bad. But how do we get through it? How do we deal with it? Do we at least want each other? Because you can love people that you don't like. My husband is my friend. We are friends. And even when things are messed up, he's still the first person I want to talk to. You know what I mean? And vice versa. So when you have that, you have love and like. And that's a good combination. Think about it. When something going on, who you call? Your friends.
Yeah.
Right?
My man.
You want to celebrate, you call your friends.
Babe, you never guess what happened at work.
Right.
I was talking to Erica Campbell and she said.
But when you're not friends and when you don't realize the love is what holds you together, even when it's uncomfortable and maybe somebody has let somebody down, because it's not always cheating. It's a lot of things that cause you to go separate ways. But you've got to believe that there's enough for us to get through this tough point, this tough phase. It's hills and valleys. You got to pray for each other. You got to be considerate of one another. You got to be patient with one another. You got to be there. If you said for better or for worse, sometimes it's worse. You can't throw it away when it's the worst.
Yeah.
I don't want something that's just always good all the time. I want to know that we can endure. We are strong enough to go through the difficult things. We are.
How about
committed
therapy?
Therapy. Oh, absolutely. Jesus and therapy.
Jesus and therapy. Okay.
Best combination.
Yes.
Jesus, prayer, therapy. A good church, a great pastor, great friends to hold you accountable. We have me and my husband have a great circle of married couples that we talk to and we vent to, and we share with, and they hold us accountable. They hold us up. I remember calling one of my friends. I was through with it one day. I left my house in a bathrobe driving around by the beach, and she was like, okay, first go back home because that's dumb. You got a robe on. She was like, okay, be mad at him today, and then tomorrow y'all talk about it. Don't make no decisions in the storm. I learned that. If somebody packed bags while a hurricane was going on, you would think they were crazy.
Right.
It's a storm right now. Don't move right now. Stay in a solid place. And then when the dust settles, then say, okay, what decision do we need to make? A lot of people move too quick because they're so afraid of being hurt. They're so afraid of disappointment and letdown. And so you make decisions, and then after you go, maybe we should have talked about it a little more. I don't know many people that are on the other side of a breakup or a divorce and don't still love their first.
Wow.
Many people. My mother and father divorced each other 3 times. And they were stone cold in love with each other. Even in the end of my father's life, he said, you know why I kept coming back home? Because my family was what I wanted. I couldn't get it right, and we didn't communicate well, but I kept coming back because I kept trying. I told that story at a concert one time, and I know that the Lord told me to say out loud to the audience, sir, your wife does want you to come back home. So at the end, he came up and he shook my hand. He said, it's me. I was who you were talking to.
Wow.
And I've been afraid, but I'm going to go back home because I believe my wife still loves me and I still love her. I don't know what happened, but you've got to believe that love has that power. That's why I redid the Jodeci song, Do You Believe in Love?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And the power that it gives. I changed it, flipped it up. Lord, I love you for life because your love is why I live. Let that love heal you. It really will if you let it. You don't have to be afraid of it.
Love it. Words from Erica Campbell. I'm like tingling all over. Thank you so much for your advice and your guidance.
You're welcome.
Someone received something from this today. Her album, I Love You, is out right now. Listen, stream, do all of that. It's Mina SayWhat in your midday on 100.3 Philly's R&B.